friends, we welcome you to this API Ludhiana channel. As you know, we are having discussion with the experts on several issues which matter to our society and our country and also global situation. So today the issue of discussion is the war going on Iran, which has been imposed by Israel and the US armies attacking them, killing their people, and this has impacted whole the world economically. India is also under stress. So in that situation, the role of Indian government also has to be seen. And in this context, we have with us Comrade Amarjit Kaur, who is the National General Secretary of the All India Trade Union Congress. So we would like to seek her opinion and also the role of trade unions on this issue. So we welcome you, Amarjit, on this stage.
Yes, the world has seen two world wars earlier and several regional conflicts. Every time when these conflicts happen or the wars happen, the First World War or the Second World War, then throwing of atom bombs in the just when the war was ending on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and later on we saw in various parts of the world the regional conflicts taking place. All these wars are never initiated or wanted by workers, peasantry, or the common masses who struggle day to day for their livelihood, to run their families, to meet their needs for next day, to educate their children, to give treatment to their sick persons in the family, looking forward to the old age security system and all. Their life is very, very difficult, vast majority of masses of any country. But these wars are always initiated by the capitalist world. Different capitalist countries, when they became imperialists, when they started colonizing other countries, making them their slaves, to loot their markets, to control their businesses, to control their trade. That is how the First World War had happened. It was in that competition when that war happened. During that First World War, what we saw was a leader who was leading the working class of Russia. Then a Russian Tsar was in that First World War from Russian side, but the common man had nothing to do with that war. And it was then that the revolutionary leader Vladimir Ilyich Lenin called upon the workers, this war has nothing for you. We have to fight for our rights. Similarly, he appealed to the army persons that you are sons of a farmer. What will you gain? What your parents will gain? Nothing. You will not gain anything. You will be losing everything. It is a war of Tsar, your king, and the imperialist world. So it is better you stand with the workers, and that is how the workers and farmers, women were in the forefront at that time. They began the real battle even before the working class took up to the streets. So the first revolution on this earth planet happened. And that gave courage to the working class all over India and all over the world also. It was in 19th century when the workers were battling for a better life, fixed working hours, workplace safety, proper wages for them, proper security at workplace, as well as some future kind of social security and pensions. The workers were fighting for those rights, and India was also fighting for those rights. So the first revolution on this planet naturally gave inspiration to the working class all over the world that yes, we can break our chains, we can also look forward for a new life which should be free from exploitation. But the imperialist world had their own dreams and their own path, and they created a person like Hitler and Mussolini were created in Germany and Italy by these corporates, big business houses, and then the Second World War happened. Once again, how to recolonize or divide the colonies among themselves, and that ended in a very tragic way by throwing of bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, in which lakhs of people perished and continued perishing for several years. Post that period, the world saw more than 100 countries liberated. Let me tell here that the workers were never for wars. They were always for peace. They wanted resources to be utilized for opening new industries, factories, for people to have jobs, having educational institutions, having hospitals, all the infrastructure which is needed for giving human rights to everybody, a better life to everybody. But post Second World War, America claimed itself to be now the world leader. And different places, the conflicts were created. So the small wars happened in different areas, which made the people to suffer. Now, for last 20, 30 years, the world capitalism is in deep recession, and they are not able to come out of that recession. And they have created several wars in this period in Middle East, in other parts of the world. All that is going on. And now we saw how Palestinians, more than 70,000, were butchered because they want to control Israel and they want to control Middle East, and through that they want to do their businesses coming towards Asia through Middle East route. And last year they attacked Iran, and now once again they have attacked Iran. So America and Israel, both of them are in this war, and they attacked Iran without any provocation when the negotiations were going on. So 170 girls on the very first day died in a attack on school, and the great leader of their country, Ayatollah Khomeini, for them he was a great leader, supreme leader. He was killed. Unfortunately, and we are very much pained and in agony that our government, led by Mr. Narendra Modi, did not condemn the killing of those children, did not condemn the killing of a supreme leader of a country, and has rather chosen an opportunity in UN system to condemn Iran and not to condemn Israel and America. So our Indian government, instead of following our tradition of anti-imperialism, our tradition of standing with the freedom of different countries, our tradition of non-aligned movement, instead of that, our government has chosen to stand by the side of a leader of the imperialist powers. There is contradiction between imperialist powers, America and Europe. They are not fully in tune with each other. Eastern, the European countries have not entered into this war. The Gulf countries have been put into difficulty because American bases are there. Now the oil, diesel, petrol, gas, every crisis worldwide will be spreading. India will also be one of the worst victims. Our workers have started going back to the villages because the restaurants are closing, the factories are closing, the businesses are getting closed. So the workers, once again, as it happened during demonetization time, they have started going back to their home places. It happened during lockdown time, during Corona, and similar things are now in a small scale at present, but it can increase if the crisis doesn't go. So that's why we think these wars have nothing to do with workers or farmers or the common masses, the lower income group, even the middle income group. These wars are purely and purely for the imperialist powers, the capitalist world, and our government today is standing with those people and not with the common masses. So our criticism is not only of United States of America and Israel. We observed the 10th March as all over India from worker side as anti-imperialist day and asking for a ceasefire of this war. We observed this from the worker side and we condemned the present government of India taking this position. Why he is quiet, we can't understand. Definitely, some people say he is to give business to Trump, the trade deal, which is very harmful for India. And also, some people are talking about is he threatened by Epstein files? Why he is compromised? Why he is surrendering? People are asking questions. But for us, it's very clear we, the workers, do not want any kind of war. Workers and farmers, we are together in the battle for safeguarding India's sovereignty, our independence, our resources, and all. And that's where we think this international war must end, peace should be restored. That is our pledge, and that's why this suppressive government, we are also fighting against their anti-labor positions being taken up by them. And if this war grows, the attack on workers will rise. We understand that very well, and that's why we are fully opposed to this war situation. We want peace to be restored in the world.
Thank you very much, Amarjit. You have very aptly raised these few issues which are of much concern to all the people, particularly the working class, because they are the people who are ultimately made to suffer the most in such situation. And we hope that with your efforts that you are putting in as a trade union, uh, we will be able to raise our voice further, and our voice will reach the aggressors, the Israel and the Trump government, and hopefully we will soon have peace in that region. And we also wish the negotiations which are going to begin in Pakistan, they would have begun in India if Indian position was appreciated by the world. But since India took a position with the US and the Israel, so nobody trusts Indian government now. And this is a very sad situation for our country. And we thank you so much to come to this channel and give your opinion. Thank you very much.
Thank you.